back. Tri-State Sports guys. We could use it. We're off next week. I think we could use a vacation, specifically from Tony. I need to be away from Tony.
This glass can't be thick enough right now.
We'll get into it later because there's some stuff that I want to talk about that Tony doesn't know about. We'll get into that. Top 10 list. We were talking about the NBA.
It's a good one. This came from you. I like.
Thank you very much. It was. I don't know what popped in my head. I was in a bad mood or something. Top 10 things that I do not miss about the NBA.
Yeah.
And I probably could have done more than 10, but...
Yeah, I went with will not, because some of the things are in the future.
No, these are all right now. These are things that bother me. And it took me 15 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 10. Annoying referees who tee up everybody who has the nerve to ask a question.
Okay.
The guy, Kobe Bryant does one of these.
Boom.
Like one of those. Like, not necessary. Referee, shut your mouth. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 9. Awful number 8 seeds who are under 500 who make their way into the playoffs.
So that's will. That's what I'm saying. That it will happen.
Well, but it has happened as well.
Yeah. No, that's a good call.
Yeah. Number 8, crazy music during the game or obnoxious PA announcers. And I wanted to bring this up. It's a little aside. The Jets guy, every first down, he just said that's a Jets first down.
And that is a Jets?
Even when they're down 3 touchdowns. Even when
they're down 3 touchdowns. For it.
Everybody's filing out. Meaningless touchdown. That's a Jets first down. It's like, that happens the entire game?
Well, yeah, dude.
Oh, my God.
That's how we do it.
Wow.
But that was my number 10, by the way.
Number
I don't
7,
like the music.
Coasting in the regular season. I mean...
I tried to...
Shaquille O'Neal...
List, but I couldn't think of how to conceptualize
Shaquille O'Neal, his entire career, no regular season game meant a thing to that guy.
No, and the Celtics for the last 3 years couldn't care less.
And that brings me into number 6, which is playoffs that start in February and end in June. It's like a 5-month second season, so the guy has to coast in the regular season. Number 5, flopping. It used to be an art. You just get a Shane Battier or some sort of European player.
No.
Now it's everybody tries to flop, and guys aren't good at it. There should be a penalty. I believe there's a penalty in hockey. I don't know anything about hockey, but I believe there's a penalty that if you fake...
Yeah, maybe
you get a penalty.
soccer or
and
something.
That needs to happen.
Yeah.
Number 4, we've talked about this a lot with your Oklahoma City Thunder. Bad last-second possessions. Nothing annoys me more. You have a coach, he lets them play the whole game, and then all of a sudden he calls a play and nobody follows it. Players in the NBA need to realize it's not street ball with 5 seconds to go. Run a play and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think
like
that's
that
difficult
one.
of a concept. Thank you. Number 3, this was almost my number 1. This is how much this bothers me. I have no idea why. I hate nothing more than when a guy's at the free throw line and he misses the free throw.
Everybody gives him a high five.
And then he's...
I should have had that.
Listen, if you want to go and...
I'm trying to figure out what I could eliminate to put that on my list.
I make the shot and you give me a high five, I'm all for it.
And they do this
But
behind his back. The guy
comes from center court.
Center court.
The guy just bricked one.
One time you want a guy give him the finger behind his back. Make a shot, bro.
Are you kidding me? Number 2, I do not miss Miami Heat talk. I don't.
It's my number 1.
It's probably low to be number 2. I don't miss it. Because we know what's going to happen. No matter when this season starts, it's going to be like A-Rod for the rest of our lives. I don't care what LeBron, if he scores 200 points a game, it's going to wait to see what happens in June. So I don't miss that. Number 1, I hate the fake tough guy posturing when the guy hits a big 3 in the second quarter. I hate the Kevin Garnett. And
You do hate that with the thing?
I hate it. It's like when it's in the second quarter. If it's a big shot in a big game, I'm all for
No,
everyone
I like it.
I hate when it's like end of a 5-0 run and the guy calls a timeout and everyone off the bench jumping on top of each other and this guy's standing here like this. Nothing like that. I don't miss that. I'll never miss that. I hope when it comes back they forget that.
I've made a lot of big shots in my life,
And
so
you
I know what that guy feels
But
like.
no, when you make a big shot, you just make it and move on.
No, I'm that guy. I'll make
What
a
you got?
big shot. I'll make a big shot at Fitch Park, and I'm out in the street stopping traffic.
You're high-fiving people.
on Gregory Boulevard going like this.
Exactly.
But Franco's drinking his water.
Exactly.
All right, listen. We have a lot of differences. We only have 2 the same. Our 10 and number 9. My number 8, I'm not going to miss Carmelo Anthony's introduction entrance with that "I'm coming home." You're from Baltimore. You're not from New York, dude.
And you're already here. You're already here. It's factually incorrect. You're not coming home. You're home.
They played it the first time, and it was like this big deal. And then they played it. They kept playing it. Shut up, Carmelo.
He's from this ghetto of Baltimore.
You're from Baltimore, dude. Because
you don't play for the Bullets or the Wizards, whatever the hell their names.
Right. So I didn't like that one. I'm not gonna miss the dunk contest. I'm so sick
I am
of
gonna
it.
miss the dunk contest.
Oh, I think it's gotten so boring, dude. And they get missed dunk.
It's fair. It's fair.
I just am not gonna
I'm
miss
not
it at
gonna
all.
miss the freshman-sophomore game.
My number 7 is
That game.
my number 7 is just All-Star Weekend. Just the entire thing.
I was gonna put
You don't
it,
miss
but the
the
one thing I
All-Star
like
Weekend.
is I like that when the point guards do that thing and they
skills competition.
I like that thing. But the whole All-Star Weekend, and when I was a kid, that was my favorite one of all the All-Star Weekends. But I'm so sick of it, dude. They all do the same things.
I don't mind it, but
I'm
hear
sick
you.
of it. You know,
I
I'm
can
not
see
going to
why-
miss it one
I can
bit.
see why you have it on there, for sure.
Number 6, and I got to kind of break this down. I mean, you guys are going to like it because you guys like TMZ and stuff. I'm not going to miss, and I don't miss, the fact that the whole story this year for the Nets was going to be Chris Humphries. And the fact that Chris Humphries was a guy that Nets fans liked because he grinded around the backboards. He was averaging over 10 rebounds a game. And then he got taken over, and now he's a celebrity. Chris Humphries is not made to be a celebrity. He's made to be a grinder, average your 8 points,
So you're not
10
gonna miss
rebounds.
Chris Humphries?
I'm not going to miss the fact that maybe next year, when this whole season comes over, he'll be back to the Chris Humphries that I liked.
Gotcha.
So I think that it's a blessing for Nets fans
That's
that
fair.
there is not a season because it would have been every time we would have to hear some freaking thing about Kim Kardashian. Maybe next year they're not going to talk about it anymore because it'll be out of the limelight.
That's fair.
So that's good for Nets fans. I'm not going to miss Knicks just fan calls into sports radio altogether. Because there's some reason Knicks fans, I think it's because a lot of them are also Yankee fans, that they have this feeling that they should be winning championships all the time. You know what I'm saying? They get this
I know exactly what you're saying.
and you're like, dude, you're a Knicks fan. The Knicks haven't won a championship since I've been alive.
Since the
Why,
70s.
so why would you think that they're just always going to be this team? If they're ever not an elite team, they haven't been an elite team since the 90s. Really? I mean, so why? But they
Since John Starks
have
missed
this
50 shots.
they have this entitlement,
Absolutely right.
because and I think it stems from them being Yankee fans and probably Giants fans, and they just feel like, well, how come the Knicks?
You managed to offend 3 different sports fans right
That's what I did, and that was only my number
That's
5.
triple play.
I'm gonna offend more because I know people aren't gonna like this one. My number 4 is I'm not gonna miss Stuart Scott and the rest of the Sports Center crew giving their boom shakalaka.
Booyah!
Can I get a witness? That corny thing that they give every time somebody does a dunk. Yes. It's so annoying to me,
He's
dude.
right.
Even when I was 13, it was funny the first time I heard it, and then I'm like, all right. I like the deadlift shrimp call from
Deadlift
Keith
shrimp.
Olbermann. But then it was like, all right, dude. I gotta watch every highlight. I gotta hear a boom shakalaka call.
Booyah.
You know what I mean? It's not NBA jams, dude.
I hear you.
It gets old. So I'm not gonna miss that one bit because it's the
Gotcha.
only sport that they go.
Although it
without.
will go to college basketball, probably.
It probably
Just be
will.
aware of that.
But there's less of those type of rim
Sure.
rattlers. You know what I mean? This is a little one. It's not like a funny one, but I'm not gonna miss the fact that the way the NBA has become, all of the big time playmakers in a big time game, you seem to they spend the whole night at the foul line. So now you watch a guy like LeBron James or Dwayne Wade, and they'll score 30 points, and 18 of them come at the foul line. And they're like, well, the NBA's...
The hack shack.
They call, but a lot of these are ticky-tack fouls out around the perimeter that eventually send people to the line, and that's supposed to be because we like scoring. That's not the scoring that people want.
Nope.
Is it fun to sit there and watch a guy with the time
High
clock?
fives and...
And your favorite thing?
Yeah, no.
To me, it's kind of ruining the NBA where they think it's helping out the scoring.
Yep.
The score of the game might be higher, but the entertainment level of the game is clearly not higher. So I'm not going to miss that at all. Number 2, for anybody that goes to games, maybe it's just the net games, I'm not going to miss seeing super fat people in NBA uniforms. The tank tops, and sometimes their hair's hanging
Not
out.
NBA players you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about fans. Because, a fat guy can rock a football jersey, and a fat guy can rock a hockey jersey, a fat guy can rock a baseball jersey. But then you see these cats squeezing into a Mellow jersey at the next game,
Put an undershirt on.
and they got a Kanish, and they got this,
Kanish.
and there's stuff all over them.
And we've seen Mike come in here with sleeveless.
But you've seen me come in with sleeves.
And that was
it's-
borderline.
And that's unacceptable.
And that was borderline.
Right. You see these fat, pale dudes rocking a white Knicks
fair.
jersey.
It's fair.
Anybody's going to miss that's got a little issue in your head.
That's fair.
That'd be my number 2. My number 1, I'm not going to miss a whole season of Jordan comparisons. I think that every season is Kobe Bryant. Is he the next Jordan? Is LeBron James, the next Jordan? Is this guy the next Jordan? There isn't going to be a next Jordan. And you're not going to, it's not going to be like a conversation you happen to have on a Wednesday night on NBA Live or whatever it is that you're going to, maybe we did. This guy broke it down.
Yeah.
This guy is the next Jordan. you're going to know there's a next Jordan. This guy's going to be so transcendent that it's going to be like everybody's going to know it. So stop comparing anybody to Jordan, okay? And I think Kobe's the best player of this generation. He's nowhere near Michael Jordan to me. So I'm not going to miss a season of that. Tell him what do you got?
I got what do I got? My number 10. I got. I'm not gonna miss seeing highlights of Greg Oden getting hurt, getting hurt,
That's wrong.
blowing out a knee or
Greg
ankle.
Oden right there. He was my number 9, and I crossed him off
Or
for the
shin.
Miami Heat talk.
My number 9 is Ron Artest crying to the refs because game in, game out, like it just seems
You
like.
call him Meta World Life.
Yeah,
What's-
I got news for him. Even with the name change, you're still not gonna get the calls, buddy. You're still not gonna get them. My number 8 is fantasy basketball. It's just stupid.
Stupid.
It's just
Stupid.
I
I
tried
tried
to get
it.
into it and I couldn't.
Oh,
It's impossible to get into.
Yeah, it's
Give me
just
a break.
not. It's by far the stupidest
Get
fantasy
bent.
sport out there. Number 7, I had entire All Star weekend because it's just.
Which I like.
Yeah, I mean it's. I used to like.
Because the All-Star game is horrible.
Yeah, the game's terrible. The dunk contest, like you said, is slacking. So it's just My number 6 was sub 500 teams in the playoffs. I think O said that. Number 5, I'm not gonna miss Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and the other fool on
Shaq's
the.
coming on there now.
Is he really? Well,
Shaq gave a great interview.
Those
with
guys
Mike
are good.
Francesa today.
Awful.
And he first of all, he couldn't understand a word he said.
Yeah.
Second of all, he just could care less about Mike Francesa, and Mike Francesa was so mad, which made it awesome.
yeah. So I got that crew. What's that? TNT or TBS or whatever.
They
it
give
is.
a lot of say what's though.
Yeah, no, they're
I mean, they're
Not
good
that
for our
bad.
show.
they're not that bad, but after a while
They're
they
good
get.
for us.
Yeah. Number 4, I had the basketball highlights on SportsCenter and the stupid, Stuart Scott
Can I get a
sayings and
witness?
yeah. Number 3, I had the extended playoffs. That just seemed to go on forever. Number 2, I had on David Stern. I don't have to look at him so much, but
I feel like
I'm
we're
actually
doing
looking at him too much right
I
now.
like David Stern.
You like David Stern? Eh.
He's smart.
And my number 1 is LeBron James and the powder. And I have to see him throw the damn powder up in the air and just
It
the
was
whole
so
Miami
cool
Heat in
when he
general.
was young, and it got so corny now.
Yeah. It's tired.
Yep, it's tired. Shut up about it.
That's about it.
I asked my wife. She asked what we were doing. I told her top 10 things. She said, I won't miss anything about the NBA. I hope it never comes back. That's my wife.
Well, that's it. She tells it like she says it. That's
Exactly.
it.
Good list. That's a very good list. Good
I
job
liked
by
it,
everyone.
dude.
I thought it was good. I thought it went
Came
well.
in late, and that's all on you.
I appreciate it.
I
We're a
like
team.
that.
We're a team. We
We're
come
a
back.
team.
We'll get into the 5 and 10. Jets first down. That really bothered me. Sorry I brought that up. We'll be back with a Tri-State Sports Guide.